we got to talk about the Thunder. I thought Shea did a really good job of responding and figuring out a way to be effective in this game 7. Probably his best game of the series when you talk about the efficiency, the fact that, he was able to get to his spots. Though the Spurs did do a good job of making his shots tough when he got to his spots, he delivered. He hit 3-point shots, mid-range shots. He saw bodies, handled it all well. Chet. I felt like Chet needed to step up for him. And they've already had my clip from my YouTube go out and circulate, and I gave Chet 100 bars and held him accountable. I'm not going to have the same tone here because we did that already. But the more and more I rewatch that game and I look at those certain possessions, it boggles my mind how Chet was able to go out there and only have 2 shots in this game. They just needed more. And I think it showcased something that we have to see more. And it's a couple of guys in the league that we have these conversations about where they have all of the talent, they have the skill, they have the size, but the main part behind all of that is the mentality. And I feel like sometimes the mentality conversation can definitely get overblown. It can definitely get over-exaggerated with everybody wants everybody to have a Kobe Bryant type of mentality and this killer instinct that Jordan had. And I don't think it has to go that far. I don't. But I do think there is a conversation on something like this happening, where a guy like Chet, with a guy like J-Dub being out, with A.J. Mitchell being out, Game 7 at home, you've already been through the playoffs before. You've been on this stage before because you are a champion. How do we get to a point where you only took 2 shots? Passed up a lot of good looks, looked extremely hesitant. And I don't want to go too far, but OKC definitely is going to have to consider some things when they bring back this team. And I think this is the last time we've seen this exact roster. Now, will they make a drastic move? That is yet to be seen. I don't feel like they need to panic. I mean, they did go to Game 7 with 2 high-key rotational players out. But yeah, man, it's a disappointing game from Chet. I wanted to see more. I felt like it put guys in position to have to do things that they're not accustomed to doing. You set up a guy like Caruso to have to create certain offensive looks that he just shouldn't be out there doing. You got guys like Jay Will, the other J-Dub, the Jalen Williams. He was taking shots that I felt like he wasn't ready to take. You're putting pressure on the Cason Wallaces. Though he responded, I felt really good. The Jared McCains, guys to step up and do things that, again, is out of their comfort zone. And I feel like you put the team in a tough spot with that. That's the main thing with Chet. And going forward, I think they'll need some more. This is a guy that makes a max contract money. But if I am an OKC fan or if I'm OKC in the front office, I'm not panicking. I think this team still has a lot. And one conversation that I want to end with, or a conversation starter that I think is good to end with here, that I thought about to myself. Though a lot of us is happy to see a new champion, because we've got new champions every single season through the 2020s, the OKC Thunder getting eliminated could kind of charge them up to a point where they could make a move that is bad for the NBA. They have all of the assets in the world to go. And I know it's nothing but rumor season. We're here. We're at the tip of the offseason. We're going to have rumors flying everywhere. But they are one of those teams that could go get a Giannis if they really felt that that's what they wanted to do. It's not a player in the association who will be made available that OKC can't have the assets to go get. They have the assets. They have the contracts. They have the talent. They could go make whatever move they want. So I am a little concerned about us maybe getting OKC into a position where they do go make one of those power moves and we regret it. Because those type of moves don't happen if you win, right? If you win, you basically keep the same team. But now, if you lose in this fashion, guys ain't looking at themselves, it could force Sam Presti to say, you know what? Maybe we do need Giannis. And if we start talking about an OKC team that goes out there and gets Giannis while they have Shea, and I don't even want to start thinking about that. So that was one of the things that did creep into my mind. Y'all keep that on your mind. Don't be surprised if you start to hear those chatters.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA, NBC.